represents darkness. Like you see, like that's why they try to associate fire with hell. Like you be bad enough, you will get burnt. You know what I'm saying? This is the metaphysics of fire. Fire, when it comes here, it might be perceived as light. So you can say that the devil or Satan in the Bible or something like that was a fire sign, because they came down here in a representation of the light, but they came out the dark. Like they're trying to show you something in the dark. Like it's almost like okay, a lot of people or Masons and stuff like to associate that the God in the Bible is actually the devil. And then they like to say, like, okay, long time ago they used to say, like thousands and thousands of years ago, that the devil will come to you like the nicest person in the world, will come to you like the light of the world, will come to you like the most beautiful, the most pretty. Okay, what's that? Fire. Fire is beautiful, it's pretty, or whatever like that. It come like that, but if you touch it, you get burnt. So it's like, you got this pretty fire dancing show, and it's coming here giving you passions and telling you about something, steering you down a path, and the path is steering you down might not be the path you're supposed to be going down. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the reciprocations of I'm trying to get you on the top of the pyramid of fire, not the bottom mundane pyramid of stove fire, lighter fire, and stuff like that, and light and all that. Because the sunlight, that's not even fire. That's like solar electricity and all that type of shit, and heliotricity and all that shit. So it's like when you reach the top of the pyramid and can think about the elements as they are what they are, and not as what they reciprocated as on 3D terms, then the fire is the dark aspect of the yang, and the earth is the light aspect of the yang, just because it used the sunlight and all the light to bring things physical so we can see it. You know what I'm saying? So the water is the dark side of the yin, and the air is the light side of the yin. So that's why a lot of air signs don't like to get too emotional. They like to keep things light, but it's still the unseen because of the thought. And that's why on the yang side, the earth signs don't like to get too emotional like the fire sign, and they want to keep it light. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep it light. But it's still stuff to be seen because it's on the yang side of the energy. You know what I'm saying? And the things of the thinking and the emotions on the yin side are going to remain unseen because it's the yin side. You know what I'm saying? So the fire darkness gets seen with the firelight, and the earth light gets seen because it's building. You know what I'm saying? Like buildings and shit. You can see buildings and shit. So that's the yang. And then as the light of it all. You know what I'm saying? Then but it has a dark side and light side to it too, as I just explained. As in the yin. The yin is the dark side of it all, but it has a light side and a dark side to it too. And of the things you can't see. The thoughts and the emotions. You know what I'm saying? Get reciprocated with the water, with the emotions. So let me break down my analogies of when I start breaking down people's natal charts. Okay, now we're going to separate, because there's three. We're getting lower on the totem pole, on the pyramid now. There's 3 signs per element. So, water, you have Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Fire, you have Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Earth, you have Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Air, you have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. All right. Now, this is where we get it in now. You know what I'm saying? This is how we get it in now. All right, look. Check this out. Now, every sign has its own quality in that realm. some are more in that realm than others, and some are less in that realm than others, and some have energies of the other elements in it to be the enemy, to be of it what it is. Like every element has, every 3 sign per element, and every sign has its own amount of those elements in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, the fire signs. Out of the 3 fire signs has a quality of another element. Like, the fire, Sagittarius is a fire sign, but Sagittarius is the air sign version of the fire signs. We're already say we're at the top of the pyramid of these signs now. We're getting bottom of that now. Okay. Sagittarius is the air version of the fire signs. So it's a fire sign. It's going to have the fire qualities, but in a more air sign way. So Sagittarius are the more of the communicators, the optimistics, the more social of the fire signs. Aries is the water sign of the fire signs. It's the most fire. There is like a fire ocean. You know what I'm saying? And Leo is the I want to say is the fire. Leo has no. Leo is the fire of the fire. You know what I'm saying? Is with the fire within the fire, which we're gonna get into all these. You know what I'm saying? It's like the earth signs. Virgo is the air version of the earth signs. It's ruled by Mercury, the communicator, everything, like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna tell you about yourself, all that. You know what I'm saying? Taurus is the earth. Taurus is the earth. You know what I'm saying? They all have their creative of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's the earth. You know what I'm saying? What was that also? Yeah, Capricorn. Capricorn is the fire sign out of the earth signs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's an earth sign, but it's the fire version of it. So Capricorns have a lot of passion. Capricorns have a lot of passion for what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like a Taurus could get money into something that they don't really like doing. A Capricorn has to like what they're doing. And they're always thinking about how to get to a place where they can continue liking what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Water signs. You know what I'm saying? Scorpio is the fire sign of the water signs. You know what I'm saying? It's the fire sign of the water signs. Like Scorpio is ruled by Mars. It doesn't. It's like Scorpio is the introverted Aries. Basically, Scorpio is the introverted Aries, and the introverted is what make people think that is deeper than Aries, but it's really there on the same thing. It's just once Pluto get there and makes that Scorpio introverted, it allows the Mars energy to think in a war. When Aries, they think by actions, so they come up with a lot of quick thinking shit that can go deep. And Scorpios is just the other way around. It has to go deep to come out with the actions. So it's there. It's like, ain't no more powerful zodiac sign than the other. Don't let nobody tell you that. They all have their own qualities. It's just the qualities which that goes up against each other at certain times, which is better or worse. But as an overall, everybody is on an even playing field. You know what I'm saying? Because you could never count on a Scorpio to be more creative. I mean, more communicative than a Gemini. So in so many ways, a Scorpio can be in its deep thoughts all it want. It's gonna need a Gemini person around them to bring how they're feeling into a communicative style to get where they got to go with their goals. You're going to need to. It's like, it's no ifs, ands, buts about it. You don't have the communicative skill. You know what I'm saying? So, that's that. But the other water signs, okay, a Pisces. The Pisces is the air sign. The air sign of is the air sign. Just like Sagittarius is the fire version of the air sign, Pisces is the water version of an air sign. You know what I'm saying? They are the communicators. They are the ones who are gonna speak up for someone or something like that. Like they're gonna Pisces gonna communicate and this, that, and the third, and be very dreamy within themselves, but they're still gonna communicate. And if you have an introverted Pisces, you're communicating on other levels to the point you're controlling people with your thoughts and stuff like that. But it's still in here though. Don't get it twisted. You're just a filler of here. You know what I'm saying? And Cancer is the water. It's the water. And then since they associate water with being the most powerful element here, people, since Cancer is water, people try to associate with Cancer being the most powerful zodiac. And if you wanna go down to it, America is a Cancerian corporation. Like the U.S. America and all that is a Cancer corporation. It was built off Cancer energy. That's why the 4th of July is in Cancer energy. It's in the middle of the summer. Everybody goes to the beach. You know what I'm saying? In the summer. All this there's a lot of things with a Cancer that blends in all the zodiacs. Like Cancers could be all the zodiacs in one. Like people want to say Scorpio is the deepest, but that's just because people be fascinated with Scorpio because of the deep secrecy of it. But that holds no weight when you consciously aware and subconsciously aware. Like shit like that holds no weight. Like you could be deep and know how somebody else felt all you want, but you still waiting to strike. And that's just like with Aries. Is the Scorpio reversed. It's like Aries could know how a person feeling or whatever like that and then act on it, and then it's like you could have been wrong. They might not have felt like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like those are both faults. When in reality, Cancers have the power of every zodiac. And we're going to get into how. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? They have certain defense mechanisms and offensive skills for their emotions, for their interactions, for their communicatives, for their aggression, for their passion, for everything. They're like a complete blend. Okay, and then let's get into the air. Aquarius is the I want to say the Aquarius is the Aquarius just might be the fire. I don't know what took me so long to think about that, but Aquarius is the fire version. It's the fire version. No, it's the earth version. My bad. It's the earth version. Because in Aquarius is like, first of all, is Aquarius know how to build. And reason why I was going to say fire, I wanted to say earth, because Aquarius know how to build. And it doesn't necessarily have, since they're an air sign and not part of the yang energy, the way it builds is not going to be in a tangible or physical way. Like as far as buildings and shit like that, or building stability with your life. They build with their thoughts and organization skills. So these are people. Aquarius are people who know how to build organizations, who know how to build foundations and in organizations and shit like that, and technology and shit like that, and how to build from the past to take that and bring it to the future. So Aquarius is the earth version of the air signs. Gemini is the air. It's ruled by Mercury, all that. Gemini is the air of the air signs. Libra is the I want to say Libra is the fire version of the air signs. Libra is the fire version of the air signs, because Libra has passion and has passion for balance, and they're more of a communicative side on the relationship one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying, that Yang, the fire is the dark of the Yang, which Yang overall is the light, but the fire is the dark of the light, which Venus is the feminine, is a feminine planet. So it actually, Libra allows Libra to have passion from a point of view that hot air. So it's like hot air. You know what I'm saying? Hot air balloons, all that type of shit is Libra governed shit. So it's like Libra is the fire version of the air sign, of the air signs. You know what I'm saying? So they might have a sense of passion, but they're still not emotionally attached like a fire sign, because they're not a fire sign. They're air signs. So they don't have the emotional attachment, but they can think about passion and have enough passion for something to communicate it. You know what I'm saying? So that's like every fire, every element have the mastery constellation of the element. Like the Leo is the fire, is the fire leader. You know what I'm saying? It's the fire element leader. You know what I'm saying? Cancer is the water element, water element leader. Taurus is the earth element leader. And Gemini is the air element leader. You know what I'm saying? So you got some cardinal signs in there, some fixed signs in there, some mutable signs in there. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you know what I'm saying, they get down. So when we get to my analogies, let's break down each zodiac to know where they stand in these elements. So let's start with water. So when I make my analogies to making somebody's natal chart or something like that, if you have a Scorpio, the Scorpio is you have been thrown in the ocean, and you're sinking, and you're very deep sunk in the ocean. Cancers are looking at the ocean. Is looking at is at a beach or something, looking at the ocean with their feet planted in the beginning. You know where the crabs usually be, like on the shore, where the water keep coming up and going down. The Cancers are right there with their feet right there, looking over the waters, while their feet getting wet from time to time, of their feet being planted in the beach or whatever like that. Okay, the Pisces are people who probably above, like in a plane, like as far as their mind state, be in another realm, and they drop their belongings in the water, and from time to time they have to go down there and get their belongings. So they might have rescue teams, SWAT teams, like, you know, that bring the helicopters to put you down on a string, and you could dip in the water for a little bit and go down there underneath the water and get your belongings and bring it back up. But you have to make sure you're not always in that helicopter all the time. Sometimes you have to let people see you dive in the water sometimes to get your shit, because you always know you're gonna have to do this at some point in time. So what's the point of always holding it in? Show people that water. Show it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, people gonna think you're emotional. Because you always got that over you, thinking that, man, at some point in time I'm gonna have to jump down there and get my belongings. But that's just my life path. I don't want people that close to me to see that all the time, though. Like, I'd rather stay up here in this helicopter, which AKA is your brain, and you might stay within your feelings and your thoughts too long. Like, you know what I'm saying? And by the representation of the Cancer being the person on the shore, and right there, they're like, they understand their emotions, and they understand what the let be shown and what the not be shown. And if you cross a certain line, like if the water splash go too far up to the point that it might push them into the water, they're gonna go into that shell and might attack. You know what I'm saying? Just to get back on the shore and stand there so they can look over the ocean. The Scorpio is drowning in the ocean. And what the water represents your emotions and all that, this, that, and the third. The Scorpio is in the ocean, deep. Like, they're deep in there. And it's hard for them to get out. So when they do get out, reason why people say they're so powerful is because they learned new swim techniques and new type shit to get out. Like, see, you got to be with me. All this is metaphysics. It might don't. See, a lot of earth signs might take this, and the air signs might take this out of practical. Air signs might be able to think about, they might think they know what I'm thinking about when I'm saying this shit, and come out with analysis on that. And a lot of them be pretty good with that sometimes, but a lot of them don't be. And the earth sign might look at this strictly on practical terms. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? The Scorpio versus, but this is all metaphysics. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm all fire and water. This is the only way I can explain it to y'all. So, it's all metaphysics. Don't look at it from what I'm saying, that they're actually, like the Pisces actually in a helicopter. Actually, it's the relationship that they all have with the water signs in their own way. You know what I'm saying? And if you know how to break down analogies, you'll know how to apply this and know how to know a person's sign. So when a person come up and they're emotional to you or whatever like that, boom, you know they're a water sign. But then how they go about being emotional is different. Like I said, the Pisces might be very introverted, or if you do get an extroverted Pisces, they have no problem with showing you their emotions. So that's like the Pisces is like the two fish, right? So I like to bring that to 3D and say, like, they're in a helicopter and they drop their belongings in the water because they're in two places. Since they're the air version of the water signs too, it's like they're in two places. They're in their head and they're on Earth. So that's like, since they're a water sign, I put it as they're in a helicopter over the ocean and they're dropped in their belongings. So they have that challenge for coming down here, showing people of how or what they do to come from that helicopter, or what kind of string they use to come down from that helicopter to get their belongings out of the ocean. Well, it don't even necessarily have to be belongings, but it's obstacles, aka obstacles of how they deal with their emotions. That's what they have problems with. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like to put them in them terms. I want to get y'all on my level. You know what I'm saying? They say the Scorpios is the deepest, is because they basically got through from whatever constellation they came from, and zoom, down there they're sinking deep in, and they have to find their way out of that shit. And the ones who find their way out of that shit is powerful, because anybody else who find themselves drowning, and all elements could drown. Earth signs could be too much of a brick in the ass and fall into the ocean and start sinking into their emotions at times. And if they have a Scorpio around them, that Scorpio could stabilitate that earth and bring them back up and show them how to swim the right way. You know what I'm saying? Show them how to swim. Because a lot of times if other signs do get into the water and start sinking, the Scorpio already know why they're in the water. See, that's another thing too. So if you wanna say, bring that in